Red Dirt Designs. Invest in yourself.
To create a QR code, I got a QR reader that also has a built-in generator from my cell phone in my app store. To get started in the app, hit the plus button in the top left corner. Then we're going to enter the website, so we'll click website. Now I copy and paste the URL website in the address bar. Now select custom. It's the more simple QR code. It'll be much easier to cut out with our Cricut. Select save in the top right corner. Select the QR code you want to use. Now we need to share it. So let's click the share button. We're going to do it as a PNG file. I'm going to go ahead and airdrop it to my computer that's hooked up to my Cricut. Once it's transferred from my cell phone to my desktop, then we're going to open up Cricut Design Space. In the top right corner, we're going to start new project. In the bottom left, we need to upload image. Click upload image. We're going to select browse. We're going to find that downloaded QR code. Once we locate the QR code, we click it and then hit open. This image isn't complex, so we'll just click simple. Hit continue. Now we're going to use the background removal tool in the top left here. Once that's selected, you just click in the area you want to remove. Make sure you get all of it, or the QR code will not work. Take your time. If you need to zoom in, there's a zoom in and out button right here. I like to zoom in and make sure I catch all the little areas that are high detail that I wasn't able to see out far. Once you're finished, go ahead and hit apply and continue. Click the cut image and then upload. Now we need to add this to canvas, so we'll click it and then add to canvas in the bottom right. Once our QR code is on our canvas, we need to resize it. I already went out and measured, and I want to do a 20 by 20. There's a lock icon up here. We need to click on it to lock it so we don't accidentally warp the size. We need this to be a perfectly square image. So I'm going to do it a 20 by 20. You can do this by locking, and you can retype in the exact measurements and it'll resize automatic on your canvas. On the left side of the screen, there's the shapes icon. We'll click into that, and we need to go with a square. Now I have another tutorial on how to do Cricut larger than your mat. I'll have a link in the end screen. But for right now, I'll show you the basics of this. This will be kind of sped up, but we need to make a square box. We're going to unlock it and resize it to the same size as a 24 by 12 inch mat, which will actually be 11.5 by 23.5. Now that the mat's the correct size, we're going to be duplicating the mat to where it'll fit on two different mats. That way we know we have the correct sizing. So I'm duplicating the layer, and I'm going to place them over the QR code. I'm going to zoom in so I can make sure that they're as close together as possible without overlapping. Now I need to highlight the QR code and the square image. Once they're both highlighted, we'll go down to the bottom left corner and it says slice. We want to click this. Now we have a cut QR code right down the middle. That way they'll fit on both mats. Now if you click the view buttons here on the side, you can turn off all the images. Now I'm just going to turn on the QR logo. Now there's two separate images, so we'll turn both of them on. Now there's two separate cuttable images that we can paste together once the image is cut. Now in the top right corner, we need to click make it. We're ready to make our image. Now if you look here on the left side, you can see the cut menu is showing that there's going to be two cuts on a 12 by 24 inch mat. I love how Cricut makes this easy for you. So now we're going to go ahead and get our 24 inch mat. I have a 12 here, but see how much larger this is? We can cut a 20-inch image on this. I went ahead and loaded it up with vinyl. I'm going to press the arrow button to load the machine, and now I'm ready to make the cut. By pressing the C button, it'll start cut. Once we're finished, we click the eject button by clicking the arrow button. Cricut Design Space will automatically set up for the next cut, so all I gotta do is place the mat back in, click the arrow button, and click the C button, and it'll automatically do my second cut. Now I click the arrow button for my last cut. Now it's time to weed our image. Weeding a QR code is a timely process, but if you just have an image to look at, like on your cell phone, you can find out which ones need to come out and which ones need to stay. That way your link will still work. I found you can actually mess up a couple of them and sometimes they'll work, but I don't think I want to take that chance. So I have a phone reference to my side, and I'm just kind of looking across and trying to make sure I get the right ones. Check out my Amazon links in the description for all the products in this tutorial to where you can do this exact same thing on your trailer or something for your business. Now that we're done weeding the image, I need to transfer the image to our transfer tape. I have to go careful because a lot of these squares try to move and lift up, and I want to make sure they stay in the right locations. I'm using a credit card to transfer it over to the transfer tape. Make sure you peel straight back. The more of an angle, the easier they peel. I've done a 24-inch mat logo on the side of this trailer. So this is a small image compared to what I've done with a Cricut. We're cleaning the surface, so I had a professional, which usually is a woman. I had to.
No.
I'll voice over, don't worry. I might leave that. Now with the spray bottle, I spray down the trailer with some soapy water. That way you can move the image around, and until you squeegee the water out, it'll be movable, so you can center your image and make sure it's where you want it. Now I'm going to start squeegeeing out the water. Now this will lock the image down to where it will no longer be movable, so you want to make sure you have it where you want it before you do this process. Now we're just removing the adhesive transfer tape from the vinyl. I have some wrinkles and imperfections, so I cut some relief marks with my X-Acto knife, and I use a credit card to squeegee out the water and get the wrinkles out. It's well below freezing out here, so it's not the best conditions, so I have to constantly heat the vinyl to work it. I'm also using the soapy water for my second half of my image because it's going to start drying. I also spray the back of the adhesive to make sure that it doesn't stick to the trailer, because I really need to be able to move this around and make sure I get it right where it's lined up. I do not want this to lock down until I'm ready. And also, before this image is laid all the way down, I want to make sure it scans. So I grab my cell phone, and you just go to your camera app, and if you just hold your camera up to it, it should automatically bring up your link. I click the link, and there it is. It brought us right to the fan link. That way people going down the road can just scan that, and this fan link has tons of different music platforms they can stream from. My idea with this QR code is that people passing down the highway, the passengers and people in the back seat, could even scan this link from far away. And that way, maybe we'll get a few more streams on our Spotify. Alright, moment of truth. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so.